Hi everyone. Today we have Dr. Arshlan with us, and he has scored 240 in the latest FMGE 2023 exam. And he's here with us to inspire all of us, to motivate you all, and to share his success story with you. So the main purpose of this interview is to let you know what toppers do to be on the top, so that you can also emulate their characteristics to be on the top. Okay. So with that input about this interview, let me ask Dr. Arshlan to share his joy with us, because that would be the best motivation for all FMG aspirants. Tell me, Dr. Arshlan, how do you feel right now? And how did your parents react to your performance?
I'm feeling very much happy, and my parents also are very much happy about me. It's very happy moment for us that I have scored a good marks in this FMG 2023.
Yes. So in a qualifying exam, to score such a good mark means exactly reflects on the hard work that you've put in so far. So hats off to you. Yes. So I'm very sure. My pleasure. I'm very sure that all those who are watching this FMG aspirant would also want to be here in the place of Dr. Arshlan to share your success stories in the future. Now, can you tell us more about yourself, Dr. Arshlan? From where are you, and where did you do your undergraduation? When did you finish your undergraduation?
I'm from Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh, and I have done my MBBS from Delhi University, China. And I completed my 5-year course in June 2022. And then from that, it is my first attempt, and I have scored marks of 240 in this FMG examination.
That's truly impressive for somebody to score such a good mark in your first attempt. Again, congratulations. And so this means you'll have to definitely share what are the efforts that you put in during your preparation. Can you tell us when did you start your preparation, and how did you do in an elaborate way?
I bought PrepLadder in January 2022. Then after that, I started watching videos, 1 or 2 videos every day. Then I started increasing my study hours to 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Then as my university exam approached in June, then I increased my study hours to 8 to 10 hours. Then I gave my university exam, and then after that I was free, and I was fully focusing on my FMG December examination. So after that, I used to give more time to study the videos, watch videos, study notes, solve Q banks, and also I have started giving GTs from the beginning only. After the university exam, my university exam got over. From that onwards, I started giving my GTs. So this was my starting journey to tackle FMG December 2022.
It's really good to know that you started from 2 to 3 hours, and then you progressed till 8 to 10 hours. So totally, how many hours were you devoting for this preparation after your university exams got over? So I would like to know what was at your peak performance. Which was your peak performance, number of hours devoted?
After my university exam got over, it was 8 to 10 hours. Then I started studying for more hours. The peak hours which I went is like 13 to 14 hours at the end when the exam were near approaching. So it was my peak hours, 13 to 14 hours.
Great. What I would like to know, or what I would want other FMG aspirants to know, is how did you split this 13 to 14 hours in terms of how many hours did you watch videos and how many hours were you working out MCQs? Was there a plan that was associated with it?
Yes, I sit on the chair at 8 o'clock in the morning. Then after that, I continuously watch videos till 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Then I used to take lunch. It was my in the beginning of the day, I used to watch videos. Then after that, videos and notes, which I used to read notes and also videos. And in the evening, I used to go through Q banks and modules like other modules or custom modules I used to make and go through it.
Okay. So how many hours did you devote for working out MCQ? So I would want other FMG aspirants to know the significance of working out MCQs. How does it help? Because answering an MCQ by itself is a skill which everybody will be able to develop only by practice, right? So I want to know how many hours a day were you devoting for MCQ practice?
In the beginning, I used to give 1 hour, like 100 MCQs or 80 to 100 MCQs in the beginning. Then I increased my MCQs to 150, 200. Then I used to give 3 hours, 4 hours to MCQs in the evening time. That was my focus to the MCQs, because at the end we have to solve MCQ in the examination. So if we start doing practicing MCQ from with the beginning, so we will get to know all about that, because MCQ solving is also an art, and everybody must go through it and have a good knowledge how to solve MCQ, how to approach for a MCQ, because in now the patterns are changing. It is more clinically oriented. So it is not one-liners or direct questions are given. So you have to make your mind and you have to diagnose a disease or like that, so that you can attend the question and get correct the question.
Great. So when you told us about how you started preparing, you were saying you started giving granters soon after your university exam. So that's something which I've been advising every student. So generally students ask me, when should I start writing grant test? I would say you don't have to wait for a particular portion, particular part of your syllabus to be completed for you to start grant test. The first day you start preparing is when you should start writing out grant tests. And that I see in you, and I'm very happy about how you made that decision to do it. Can you tell me how many grant tests did you do? How frequently were you writing grant tests?
Earlier, I used to do monthly after the university exam. Then as the exam approached near, then I used to give bi-weekly, then weekly. At the exam approached, when the exam was 1 week away, then I gave 2 grand tests in that period.
Oh, good, great. Okay. And how was your grant test performance, Dr. Arshlan? Was it great from the beginning, or was that?
No. When I started giving my grant test, first grant test, I got 145 marks.
Okay.
And then after that it increased, then it decreased, then increased, then decreased, then after at the end it increased till 200, around 200. So it was
Yes.
nice.
Yes, this is the reality, right? Just because you're being writing grant test serially doesn't mean your graph has to go uphill always.
Yes.
Right. So every time grant test, the set of questions that are being asked and the set of topics that are being covered in a grant test is not going to be the same. So you cannot expect an uphill graph as far as grant test performance is concerned. So this I would want all FMG aspirants to take it. Yeah, so do not be harsh on yourself. Even if there is a downfall in between, you don't have to feel bad about yourself. So this is what a topper has observed. So don't get demotivated by the score that you get in your grant test. Keep moving ahead. Write as many grant tests as possible. And Dr. Arshlan, can you tell us how did you handle whenever you said you had few dips in between, right, in terms of grant test performance? How did you handle that dip in the performance?
Ma'am, honestly speaking, I don't get depressed while studying that I got less marks or something like that. I used to analyze the GT why I got less marks. Then the same day, which day I did, one day I dedicate all to the grant test. In the morning I wake up, then after that. When I go to give the grant test, then I give grant test. Then after that, I analyze the whole GT, where I went wrong, where I guessed the answer, and what was the real motive why I guessed that answer. So I used to analyze whole of thing. Then I put it into the next grant test so that I can increase my GT score.
Yes, that's excellent. That's excellent. It's not about the number of grant tests that you write. It's all about the analysis of the grant test post write exam, right? Great. Yes. So I'm very happy that you've followed all that needs to be done, Dr. Arshlan. And what do you think about PrepLadders? So you were telling me about you analyzing the grant test, right? So after that, do you take notes? What is your take on writing down your own notes? What were you doing?
No, ma'am. I'm not good at writing my own notes. I prefer the pre-printed notes. And I used to add the points which I feel that is not in the notes and it is in the video, or which I couldn't understand, so that I can analyze and made my point that how I understood that topic. So I
Mm.
used to write it beside that.
Okay,
So it was, yeah.
fine. And did you use PrepLadder's treasures for your FMG preparation?
No, ma'am, I didn't use, but in future exams like NEET PG or next, which may be in the future, I will definitely use the treasures for preparing
Have you
my.
had a look at it?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. And what do you think will be your advice to other FMG aspirants to concise all
My
that you've seen so far?
My advice would be that you have to learn conceptually, that you have to not mug up the things. You have to learn that mechanism of everything, how it approach, how we uh, went through all the symptoms and finalize what is the diagnosis. So you have to not mug up. You have to understand the topic, and it is all concepts, because in the future exams it's all going to be concept based learning. So it would be my advice to all my juniors who are appearing for the FMG next time.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Dr. Arshlan. So you have brought out all essential facts or essential steps that an FMG aspirant needs to take to be on the top. So to summarize all that Dr. Arshlan has told you, um, so it is not just about motivation, right? Motivation is something which pushes you to do something, but having a discipline. So what I liked about what he said was he starts his day at 8 a.m. consistently has been doing it. And he started with 2 to 3 hours a day, and then he progressed till 10 to 12 hours a day, 12 to 13 hours a day. So it's right. It's so the discipline is what has taken him to this level. And apart from discipline, the way he has split his the number of hours that he devotes for preparation between watching videos. Of course, watching video will help you understand the subject conceptually, but that alone is not enough. Yeah,
Yes.
he did the right thing. So he devoted the hours for working out MCQs. And not just that, he has also practiced grant tests. And he has not only given the grant test, he has also analyzed the grant test later on. And if you follow all these, learning conceptually, splitting the number of hours between videos and working out MCQs, writing grant tests as many times as possible, and not getting into an emotional low point, because many students have told me, whenever I write a grant test, my performance is not that great. So after that, for 2 to 3 days, I stop studying. Yeah. So please don't get into that mode. Please don't be harsh on yourself. So even for a topper like Dr. Arshlan, that has been a low point, right? So don't get demotivated. Don't be harsh on yourself. Be consistent. Do systematic planning and implementation. You will definitely be on the top, like Dr. Arshlan. Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Arshlan, for spending your time with us. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.